What's up, plant family? Devin is here, and welcome to the next installment of Houseplant Essentials, where I give basic tips for some of the most popular and what I think to be are some of the very best houseplants to grow. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about Pilea peperomioides, the Chinese money plant, coin plant, friendship plant. This is a plant that hails from the Yunnan province in southeastern China, I think southeastern China, in the mountainous regions. And it actually hails from about 5,000 to 10,000 feet above sea level in rocky, craggy soil that's actually rather forested and actually retains a little bit of dampness pretty regularly. So first and foremost, since it does come from the rocky, craggy soils, we want to make sure that we give it potting mix that is very well free draining. So if you're buying a houseplant bagged potting mix, you can think about adding in maybe 3 parts of the houseplant bagged potting mix with 1 part of perlite, and that's going to create a nice, excellent draining soil mix for your plants. And furthermore, they love to be grown in small containers that allow them to be rather root-bound, pot-bound, and that's going to allow them to really fill out those containers with their roots just like they would out in nature. Now, in terms of lighting, these plants, I find that they do their absolute best when given quite a sunny location, at least to get them nice and happy. Now, for us in the Northern Hemisphere, that means a southern or a western facing window is excellent. Sometimes a very bright eastern facing window can do well also. And in the Southern Hemisphere, that would be a northern facing window, or I guess east or west facing windows as well. Now, once they're very nice and happy like this, you can actually decrease the amount of light that they're given, simply putting them into a well-lit, bright area. They don't necessarily need to remain in that best, sunniest real estate that you have in your home. And one of the unique things about these plants is that if you have them growing in a location and you never turn the pot, what will happen over time is that they'll kind of create like this blanket of foliage all in this wonderful linear plane. It looks very unique, very cool. That's one of my favorite features about this plant. Now, in terms of watering, since of course they come from those areas with that rocky soil with sharp drainage, they like to be flushed with water regularly, but any excess water that might be sitting in our tray should be immediately discarded. I tend to water mine about once every 7 days or so year round. Now, with regards to fertilizer, I like to use my family's blend. It's called Roberta's Bounty. It's an all-purpose fertilizer. You can find a link to this in the description below, and I'll use it once every 3 to 4 months or so, and that is absolutely perfect. These are what I would call high shedding plants. They often have leaves that turn yellow and that will either fall off or you can just pluck them off and remove them. So if you have leaves that are turning yellow regularly, it's not something to be concerned of unless it's like your whole plant just turns yellow all at once. So I'm constantly maintaining mine and removing any spent foliage, like you can see just like that. So by growing your Pilea peperomioides in a bright room with a nice snug container where it's not swimming in too much excess soil, with a soil substrate that is very nice and free draining, where any excess water is allowed to just slowly free out and discarded, you can keep your Pilea peperomioides very happy, looking beautiful in many different areas of the home. And its beautiful rounded form is great when paired with things like a snake plant, for instance, another member of this Houseplant Essentials list. And one last cool tip about these Pilea peperomioides, it's also called the friendship plant because they create many little baby pups like you can see right here. Simply by taking your fingers, plucking them right out of the soil, you can then take them to some water and propagate them, creating a brand new plant that you can share with friends, family, or create a new plant for yourself. And with that, now you know all that you need to know to keep your Pilea peperomioides, the coin plant, happy. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click like and subscribe to our channel as we're bringing new plant-related content every single week, including many more houseplant essentials just like this one. Anyways, thank you for joining me here on Plant Vibrations. I'll catch you soon. Ciao.